This podcast of storytellers would like to acknowledge the first storytellers whose land we are recording on today, the first peoples of the Kulin Nation. We would like to pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. We acknowledge them and their Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples whose culture lives on today in Naarm, the city, Melbourne. Theirs is the oldest in the world, and their sovereignty was never ceded.
Hello and welcome to The Book of War, an Avatar Legends real play. The story of 4 teens seeking balance in a world without the Avatar. My name is Jesse Thomas and I play MINH FANG, the Foundling, he, him.
Oh, yeah?
Don't. I did it. I had it.
You had it. He practiced in the
Hold
car.
on. Why is this... I've run away from the Earth Kingdom who made a new life for themselves in the Northern Water Tribe while hiding from deadly family secrets. There we go. Fun fact, if you're wondering why MINH FANG was so quiet towards the end of last episode, he's still eating his noodles. I said he took the bowl with him and he's still eating them. So he's probably finished by now. And yeah, he'll probably join the scene. I just got wrapped up in watching everyone. So yeah.
Speaking about eating, hi, my name is Lucas. I am TOMO the Razor, he, him. Lost boy turned smooth criminal. He prefers his dumplings steamed, not fried, and his wits over violence. He loves getting the job done quickly and quietly, but he may need to let go of that in this company. Fun fact about Tomo. Actually, I want to talk about his tonfas. His tonfas, they're an Okinawan martial art weapon. And do you know what else Okinawa is famous for?
Tell me.
It's the birthplace of karate. I did not know that. Did anyone know that?
No.
No,
I did not.
I thought that they have really good ramen there. I thought it was like one of the best places in the world to get ramen.
I think
in
you're thinking of
Okinawa.
Hawaii.
I mean, the ramen in Hawaii was very good. I don't know that that's what they're famous for, though.
I mean, both things could be true.
That's true.
That's me.
No, I think it's
usually Georgie next.
Me? Oh, this is so confusing. Okay.
Yeah,
We're in different positions. We've sat in different spots. It's ruined us.
it's ruined.
Ruined everything. Okay. Hi there. My name is Georgie Hazel. I play NURO, the Destined, they, she, he, a child born and raised deep in the strange depths of Foggy Swamp. With the threat of war, NURO had to leave. But there might be more to this little strange toy-loving swamp child than meets the eye. And I'm sure people have questions about this little critter.
You mean people? People at the table have questions about.
I'm sure you do. We got visions. We got mystical powers. What's going on? Who knows? And all they want is toys.
I mean, that's a kid for you, right?
Yeah.
Not last, not least, I'm Ted Darling. I play BANJI the Guardian, he, him. BANJI is a defector from the Fire Nation army who has instead chosen to use his strength to protect the vulnerable. And a fun fact about BANJI is that the last few episodes, his capacity for trust has grown substantially to the point where maybe he's not paying attention to things that he should. We'll see how that turns out, because last time it was a bit of a cliffhanger.
Goodness me.
Sideburner.
Sideburner.
Is last, is least. My name is Ash. I am the Fate Bender. We've actually had this one for a couple of different names, so thank you for the people who sent that one through. So Fate Bending is my title for today, and we'll see what happens. Fun news from this end. For anyone that lives in good old-fashioned Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, as of the Easter weekend, Conquest, it's a convention, right? It's a gaming convention.
It's a game convention, locally run, volunteer-driven. Lots of fun, different games, and we're going to be one of them. We are going to be running a couple of sessions.
So yeah, Lucas and I have put our hands up for that to say we are going to be running Friday and Saturday.
Fridays and Saturdays, yep.
So if you're a fan and you live in anywhere around Melbourne, you're welcome to come along to that. If you're not a fan and you don't live anywhere near there, come along anyway and become one. So that's great too.
Yeah, jump on the Conquest website. They'll have some instructions for you. You'll be making bookings through the Warhorn app. That'll all make sense when you're on the website.
Good. It doesn't make sense to me now.
When you said FM, I thought frog monkey.
Frog monkey.
I said FB, fate bender, didn't I?
Oh, did you?
I don't even think I said it. It's fine.
Frog baboon.
Frog
Frog
baboon.
I
Frog
like
baboon.
frog baboon. That's fun.
All right. Well, I mean, that's just, it's amphibian monkey now. It's just,
The unpredictableness of a frog with the violence and ferocity of a baboon.
I mean, and those gorgeous chaps.
That's what I'm thinking of. Just frog's legs with a giant red ass. At the top.
Red ass. Oh my god. What have I done?
Roll the music. When we last left, Banji had just tried to intimidate Junior Lieutenant Zhao, who was having none of his shenanigans. So
Is it Zhao or is it Zhao or Zhao?
Zhao? Did I not say Zhao?
Yeah, you said Zhao.
You said Zhao.
It's the new pop filters. It's I meant to say Zhao.
Just making sure.
Next, okay. So, yes, fun fact, I read through what happens when you use your badge of authority and miss. They do whatever they were going to do anyway. You have absolutely no relevance on what they were about to do, and you get a -1 going forward to try and do anything to or against them.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Oh, you already knew?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were hopefully just, I was just ignorant of that fact.
No, I knew. That's fine. I haven't done anything.
No, you've sat down.
Yeah.
Yes, and we also have Yanni is currently talking to the kid and Jakal, and Minfang doing whatever Minfang does.
I think he's just about to finish his noodles, so he's now probably going to join in. I don't know if he knows about the firebenders at this point.
I just
stuck on
walked
your
off.
noodles.
No,
Yeah.
there are two people currently aware that Zhao is in the room as an enemy agent, so to speak. But let's flash to that. I think is where I want to start. So you've just been told to sit down and that you're going to help obtain this map. How does that make Banji feel?
Not great.
Not great.
He's spent the last, I'd say, several weeks trying to avoid any sort of detection from the Fire Nation army. And then,
He's immediately outed himself.
yeah, recklessly sort of walked up to, someone who may or may not have been Fire Nation army. Turns out it's hardcore Fire Nation army. And he's in a bad sitch.
Good news, you can clear that condition because it was a foolhardy action.
Yes.
Are you just sort of taking this, like, how are you defeated? Are you angry? Where are you at?
More so, when you're in a social situation and something really intense and awkward happens and you want to get out of there, but...
I call that Tuesdays, but yes.
yeah. Social convention sort of prevents you from doing anything untoward. Banji is sort of... Zhao's mentioned getting the map, which means he sort of hasn't said anything about NURO. And so Banji is kind of like, oh dear, how can I navigate this situation without exposing my ward, who I'm protecting? But also, like, does Banji even know if this map is real? Is he kind of like, yeah, cool, you can have the map and we'll just skedaddle? So his mind is going, a mile a minute.
Perfect. I think Zhao says, good, you're listening. Well, here's what we're going to do. You're going to introduce me to your friends over there as if I'm just an old acquaintance. And then we're going to go find out what's going on with this map. How does that sound? And you can tell by the expression that he's pulling that this is not a request. This is almost an order. This is about as... You almost feel that pull back to the military in that regard. Like, yeah, it's hard to say no to a superior officer. I mean, Fire Nation troops would be pretty conditioned, you'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah, or else they'd look at what they're doing going, are we the baddies? Like, so, yeah, I was just saying if you wanted to respond to that in any way, shape or form.
No, Banji just kind of wordlessly stands up and clenches both his fists and starts sort of walking over to the group, but hangs back pretty, like, waiting to see what the kind of, if there's an opening in the conversation.
NURO is looking dead at you.
Yeah.
NURO recognizes the look of this man. NURO has seen Fire Nation before.
He's definitely, again, he's not dressed in Fire Nation currently, but
I would like to say I see BANJI's face
yeah, no,
immediately.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
perfectly appropriate. We'll flash back to Yanni having a chat with the both of you, and she sort of looks, she looks at Tomo and says, "So, Jackal, what is it you're willing to pay me for my map?" As she drinks another drink, because they're still lined up. She's still got a couple going.
That would depends. How do I know it's real?
How does anyone know any treasure's real until they go on the treasure hunt?
Is this map, are you going to take us?
Oh, no. I'm just going to sell the map. I mean, I've got it. You want it.
Can I see it?
Yes, but that'll cost you too. Because this is my little secret. I can tell you're a man with secrets. What can you tell me that is equally as interesting as me showing you this map? She's leant in really close to say this, so I don't know that anyone else has heard it, by the way.
Okay. Hang on. NURO's right there, though. NURO's right there.
You look down and NURO is not paying attention to
No,
you.
may I?
Oh, so by all means, please.
I am watching BANJI very intently, and I'm right next to Tomo. I yank on Tomo's robe, and I'm like, something's wrong. Something's real wrong.
I have the, you know what, is it obvious? Like how far away is BANJI and Zhao?
The side burner.
Side burner, yeah, sorry. How far away is,
Yes, BANJI, how far away are you?
I'm walking very slowly, as slowly as I can, without Zhao sort of like shepherding me along.
I think Zhao's sort of viewing this as this is all part of the dance. And so he's like talking to you and smiling as if you're like still catching up as old friends. Well, why don't we say MINH has finished noodles, bowl in hand.
I think Min Fang's just been standing back a little bit watching, and he's sort of seen everyone's demeanor just change, and he's sort of a bit oblivious to it because he's not paying attention to Yanni. He's still finishing his noodles, and he saw BANJI go over, and then him and this new guy's walking over as well, and he's like, "Oh, right, okay." I think I'm just going to intercept BANJI,
Okay.
and the side burner. BANJI, who's your friend?
This is somebody that I knew growing up, and they would like to have a talk with us.
Oh, sure. I didn't catch the name though. I hold out a hand to the older man.
He's not dramatically older at this stage.
Well, I am a teenager, so anyone above 19 is old to me.
Sorry,
So-
I wanted to clarify.
It'd be like 30, right?
No, still younger than that.
20 something.
Into the 20s. So
Sure.
just yes, not saying that he's not older than you, just painting the image that
Yeah, sure.
this person is not the older man that we see later on in the series.
Sure. Yeah, I hold out my hand. I say, I didn't catch the name though.
Oh, my name is Zhao. And he takes it and gives it a vigorous shake, as old chums might do.
Yeah. I shake his hand. What kind of handshake is it though?
I mean, he wraps his fingers daintily around yours as he has exactly 30 centimeters of elevation and then de-escalation down at a 45 degree. What do you want, Jesse?
That's a good handshake. I think I trust this man. Oh, great. Yes, my name's Min. So how did you meet BANJI over here?
Well, that's a fun story. Both of us were actually in the Fire Nation Army. I know it's a big secret. So, but we saw eye to eye, and that we didn't really like what they were doing. So here we are.
Yeah, cool. Great. Awesome.
I know this is an audio medium, but I'm sitting here with my eyes wide open, just glancing at the table.
Yeah. Weren't going to ask about me or anything, or
Oh, I mean,
like if you're here to catch up, like we're making friends, aren't we?
Men, I think maybe we should take this conversation away from the bar full of people.
Sure, it's too noisy in here anyway. And I
I
put an arm around Zhao.
and he puts an arm around you and says, "No, I think we should go get a drink. Let's go."
I think now at that point, Min's just realized what's happening. He's like, "Oh, I'm in danger.
Can
Let's get a drink." And I will go to the bar and I will try and like dramatically get the bartender's attention.
I think that he's sort of now standing directly behind where Yanni is facing Tomo. Let's flash back to that.
Yeah, I'm going to say, how can Tomo get a pretty good sense of what's happening with this whole Sideburns coming towards us?
I guess the
I
question
mean,
is,
I've just said something's wrong.
You said something wrong. I sent Banji over there. Banji's coming back with the person I sent him to investigate. I can roll for it. I have that I'm a people person move.
I'm going to give you a very serious question here. How much are you willing to deviate your attention away from Yanni right now?
I like to think that I can do, like, I'm not going to like turn my head and look, but I think I'm going to like maybe just clock enough that there's a new player entering the scene.
Yeah, I definitely
wanna-
think that you can see the new player entering the
Yeah,
scene. But,
yeah.
but the question is how much attention you want to pay to that versus the person directly in front of you and engage with you.
Can I roll for it? Is there a role I can do to like do both and get away with it?
So in this case, I'm going to say it's rely on your skills and training if you want to roll with that. But
Yep.
be aware that if it goes badly, I get to make a hard move.
Well, you know what? My left hand's ready, and so is my right hand.
And now he's directly across from me and I have to look at him. I have to make eye contact.
I'm not gonna like. Let's make eye contact, Jess.
It's going to be a good roll too. This is the worst part.
It's an 11.
What?
It's a 5 and a 6.
I hate this game. I hate these dice. I hate your dice rolling.
I love your eyes, though. I have to say, like, it's the first time I really got to get a chance to look at
Yeah,
them.
pools
right.
of dishwater grey.
All right. So Tomo, who is used to assessing threats while trying to make deals, is just unbelievably well suited for this situation. What do, how do?
I lean close to Yanni. I don't know if you're here for profit or you're here for a higher cause, but there's someone else coming. What drives you, Yanni?
She sort of looks at you, not having expected something so profound to come from what appears to be an innocent face. And she looks and she goes, I mean, money is always nice, but there is something about the unknown that is just so dangerous and so good.
It's fun. The unknown is really fun.
It is fun. Now, what's this thing about something happening? As she has another drink.
I believe we have somebody coming who appears to be a friend, but is not a friend of ours.
And then you hear, so Zhao, what's your poison then? What would you like to drink? It's on me. And I slap some of that gold down.
I think Yanni sort of like smiles and winks at Tomo and turns around. She's just like, Zhao, was it? You've been here the last few nights if I haven't noticed incorrectly. How are you? And Zhao sort of looks and goes, oh, hello. Yes, my name's Zhao. How are you? Oh, you're that trader, aren't you? That everyone's been talking about in town. And they start to have a bit of a dialogue where you can almost see, for those that are skilled in subterfuge, I'd say you'd call it. For those skilled in subterfuge, you can tell that they're trying to sound each other out. Neither has clocked the other as what they really, or what their true nature might be, but they are giving it a bit of a poke and a prod. So rather than voice that through an audio medium, which would be boring because I'm just talking to myself, we'll pretend that's happening in the background while everyone's watching and you can plan what you're doing.
Awesome. As soon as Zhao's attention is away from Banji, he's going to walk over to NURO and put himself between NURO and Zhao and just be like, we want stay behind me.
What should I do, Banji?
Just stay quiet and stay behind me.
How bad is it?
It's very bad.
You notice, Zhao notices that. Like he looks over and he's just like, but continues talking, but he now has another secret up his sleeve.
Has he seen me?
I mean, he saw you when you were sitting at the bar and walked in. Like, he didn't know anything about you, but now he knows that, like, a Fire Nation deserter wants to hide you for some reason. He hasn't made a move about it, though.
He's so smart.
I mean,
Yes, perceiving.
Yeah.
Tomo's gonna, he's very comfortable with this cutthroat dynamic that's sort of playing out here. He's just gonna, casually like, so Zhao, Jakal, collector of find unusual artifacts. What's your trade, sir?
oh, me, I let's just say I'm in the mercenary game. And he sort of smiles at BANJI and goes back to
Oh, you're a friend of our bunch. Yes, I've hired him. Good man.
oh, you've hired him.
Yes, that's these are dangerous parts full of all sorts of interesting people. Got to be careful.
You do have to be careful. And he sort of smiles at you. He's like, he's playing the game as well. So counting the chess pieces of people that are aware of what's not happening. I think Yanni also clocks that, although she clocks it much slower. You think that the amount of alcohol you've plied her with so far, as she has another 2 still lined up ready to go, is affecting her ability to play this game as well as she might normally. That being said, anyone who notices Zhao has taken the babiest of baby sips from his cup. So as much as he looks like he's drinking, he's staying well and truly clear-headed.
I think Min's committed to like buying this man a drink and accidentally also got himself a drink. And he thinks he's playing the game, but he isn't. So he's like, yes, I got him to drink. Good. And then he's looking at this drink in front of him and he's like, I have to drink. And I don't think Min Fang's drink had an alcoholic beverage before. And I think he's looking at it and he's just got this tunnel vision. He's like, drink the drink. Why are you looking at the drink? Just drink the drink. Min, you're not doing anything. Drink the drink. And I think he's going to try and drink the drink.
Okay. I mean, there's no specific role for that. You can.
No, I think he drinks it. It doesn't taste that great. And he's a bit disappointed because he's like, there's so much put. And he's sort of, it's just kind of fine. And it has not hit him yet, obviously. But he's like, that's it? What's all the fuss about? I don't get it.
I think Yanni puts up a cheers, at which point Zhao also joins in. There's a fresh cup in front of Min for that one, as well as Tomo.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that BANJI and the slightly obscured NURO aren't offered one specifically. Who's drinking?
Yep. Tomo's going to drink. He's going to new friends and, to new interesting friends, I should say.
Yes, to new friendships. Down the hatch.
Yanni throws out interesting is definitely the word I'd use.
And he does the whole, what? And throws it behind his shoulder and go, well, that one was good.
I'm going to get you to roll trick on that one.
Absolutely.
Because I want to see whether you hit someone in the back of the head with it.
Yep, fair enough.
You should have used two hands.
Use your hands.
2 and a 1. So definitely, and no amount of pluses on any of my stats are going to save that one.
No +4 in creativity.
No, none. Just
Okay.
a 1.
You managed to throw the entirety of the drink into the back of a massive ball-headed sailor man who turns around and goes, "Hey, who threw that drink?"
Banji's going to point at Zhao. Sorry, Zhao.
Right. Oh, what is it? Hey, and he's like goes over and he grabs onto Zhao's vest and sort of pulls him closer. It's like, you got some explaining to do. He's like, no, I'm certain my friends will be able to help me out here. and he sort of looks around to see if any of you do anything.
Can I do another trick where I just point at him and he threw the drink and he did it deliberately?
No, because you've already failed, and I get to make a hard move on this.
Of course.
So he looks and he sees that you currently have the empty tankard in your hand, whereas he looks down and Zhao, he looks, "It was you," and he picks you up, and both feet. It's that old like view of dangling feet, like "It was you. Let's go outside." And he starts to walk out, just dangling you.
Yeah, sure. Like I'll fight you, bro. That's fine, but better bring an audience to see this small child kick your ass.
It's like,
I'm trying to like get everyone like rowdy and to follow and sort of like clear, like get people out and sort of maybe make some comfort for whatever this is that I'm not really clearly a part of.
Oh, Yanni definitely goes, "Yeah, fine, woo, let's go." And like,
Yeah, cool. All right.
Okay, so Yanni's going as well.
Yanni's definitely calling attention to the fight,
Okay.
but I don't know yet whether she's headed outside.
Okay. Tomo's going to lean to Banji and say, "Stay with Minfang. I'll be fine."
I'm staying with NURO. I can't leave the wee one here with him here.
I'm not doing it as a conversation. I'm just like sort of leaning over and just giving you a signal that if you have to leave, you can like. Anyway.
That's okay. I like this dynamic because it's now down to Banji's been such the leader this entire time in terms of like driving where people need to go and how they do it. Whereas in this case, it really is Tomo's wheelhouse of like you're talking to people, smiling and being deceiving. So there is that dynamic shift of things. And Banji's like, "Here's a conversation." No conversation. Just go.
Just take NURO and get out of here.
And I look towards NURO. We have to go now.
What about the drunk lady? We need her.
Tomo can take care of her. It's all right. We just need to make sure that Minfang doesn't get himself in a lot of danger.
All right, Banji.
I grab your hand.
Yeah, I take it.
Yes, and we walk out.
I want to know, where does Tomo go? As
Tomo is going to stay with Yanni.
okay, Yanni starts moving towards the exit, and so does Zhao.
Zhao.
I would like to clarify that we are probably making a very sneaky exit, right? You and I.
Yeah, like trying to do it with as drawing as little attention to ourselves as we can.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Casual.
Yeah.
Well, should we? Never mind. We've already done it.
Oh,
Already.
No, what do you got in mind?
I was gonna say, should we split up?
Oh, absolutely not.
You're quite trusting though.
Ted, has Banji rolled his protector's burden?
I have, yes.
Banji.
By Angie.
Banji.
BANJI.
What'd you get?
I got a +1, so I can hold on to one of my abilities with a protector's burden.
Perfect.
Oh, please, do we have to indulge this brutish display? We were having a drink. We were talking. Stay.
I think Yanni says, no, I think I want to get back to where I'm going. And at which point you see Zhao sort of say, "Well, I mean, I'd love to see the shop." And as he says that, he opens up like a coin purse that he has, and it is just glittering full of gold, and her eyes light up. And she goes, "Oh, I mean, I suppose I could open the shop for a late night customer." And starts to sort of head towards... forgotten's not quite the right word, but you notice she's now paying less attention to Tomo.
How much gold do we have? Like, because we do have.
Look, we've been throwing it around a bit, but I'd say
you know.
we have we're probably back down to 80, I'd say.
Yeah, between 80 and 100. I haven't been counting specifically.
Okay, so Tomo would know that. Do you want me to go back to this conversation? Okay.
Well, no, you may as well say it into the mic, because that way...
Yeah, I might as well come to. Okay, so Lucas here speaking. How much gold do we have as a party? Can we
About 80.
Can we at least put up a respectable showing against whatever Zhao just whipped out of his pants?
Yeah.
Sorry, should I rephrase that?
The coin purse, which Zhao has revealed, it's definitely larger than your current kitty.
NURO would like to do something. NURO does not trust Sideburns at all, or the map getting into his hands, or that this lady is going to go with us. So when I suppose we're outside and NURO is very uncomfortable, very touchy, looking back over their shoulder. And they say to BANJI, I don't trust that that's going to go well in there. Sideburns cannot get that map. If it's real, BANJI, that's not good for the world. I got to do something. And I would like to do call from afar and speak to Yanni.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. How does this manifest?
When you reach out in mind or spirit to a faraway NPC, technically not that far away.
It's fine. I'll allow it.
Far away in... You don't know them.
Mark 1 fatigue, roll with harmony. On a hit, your message gets through to them. Choose, and then I have a list that I can choose from to do. On a 10 plus, it's loud and clear, and I choose 2.
That's okay. Why don't you roll for it?
Yes.
And we'll determine what happens from there.
And on a miss, your reach extends beyond your original aim. You've attracted dangerous attention.
Georgie's gone.
Oh, Georgie's got...
You did it wrong. You gotta like
You
shake it.
gotta give
like,
it a big old shake.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I was very awkwardly did that.
So for those playing at home, Georgie just attempted the Lucas roll and was like almost threw the dice away, like, oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
So add
I got
your...
a 7. I got a 7.
That's a mixed success. So do you get to do one of the things?
I would like to whisper a question to them.
Okay.
You're... breathes deeply and reaches out and finds that drunk lady's mind in the bar. And it's like a pinprick, almost, just like NURO flooding in.
Right.
This voice lighting up in her brain. She says, NURO says, now listen here, drunk lady. I know this is mighty disturbing for you right now, but you cannot trust that man. I have a question for you, and it's what do you want? Because I'm from Foggy Swamp. And I can guarantee that I can find what you want.
Okay. I think that as she's walking out the door, because you two are hanging back a little bit, you and BANJI were hanging back a touch. And as she's walking out the door and talking with the boys about gold and what have you, you see her just bolt upright. Like, what is this sensation? And she turns around and sort of looks around for you.
I'm staring dead at her.
And she sort of looks... Shock is not the right word. Surprise is not the right word. I don't know that there is a word for the expression that's on her face. But she looks at you, and then a very wry smile appears on her face. I think that by the same token, again, I'm just going off that hard move I got to make from BANJI's failed Protector's Burden. Not Protector's Burden, sorry, the Badge of Authority. He turns around and he sees that she's now staring at the kid as well. So he's like, all right, there's a Fire Nation defector interested in this kid. And now this mysterious merchant is also interested in this kid.
My eyes slide up to Zhao.
Zhao gives you a smile that implies that he knows there is something special about you. He has no idea what it is, but he knows there is something special about you. Or else there would be so few people looking at this grubby, grotty, murky, rundown orphan kid. I know you're not specifically an orphan, but like as far as he is concerned. Sorry, you what?
I pick my ear and then flick it at him.
He just sort of smiles and goes back to I think he looks at BANJI, and you know that he is like just the way that he's looked at you. It's one of those things that commanding officers do, so they can recognize a member of their platoon or a different platoon that they might want to come back to at some point. You've seen it done countless times, and he's just done it to you. And he begins to step out the door. Speaking of stepping out the door, I think that the big fella puts Min Fang down. He's like, right, let's go, and puts up his dukes.
Where is this guy from? Can I tell just by looking at him?
He might be a local. He might be a worker. He might be a sailor. He might be a pirate.
Earth Kingdom?
Oh, very likely Earth Kingdom.
Great, cool. As he sort of puts me down and he raises his hands to like fight me.
He's giving you a chance to get yourself ready rather than just knock you out.
I sort of shake myself off and I sort of like brush my vest off because it's nice and he's creased it up. Listen, chum, look, I've had a change of heart actually, and that's a very good polar bear dog stance, by the way. But I
think he cuts you and he swings at you, and you're good enough that you just like avoid the first two. He's slow. You know, if they hit, they would hurt. But he's not about talking right now.
Whoa, great opening jab, friend. But we don't need to do this. We're kin. And I want to do one of Min Fang's main abilities, which is cultural bonds. So I want to try and connect with him on a cultural level because we have a shared culture of the Earth Kingdom.
Okay.
On a hit, they see me, and I shift my balance towards heritage. I choose 2. On a mixed success, choose 1. Yeah, I just want to. I reckon this is like the moment to do it. So
I think I agree, and I like the concept that you're just like dodging his punches really easily as you're trying to talk to him.
No, it's 3, 2, 5, and I'm rolling with heritage, which is I am right in the middle, which is a 0.
0.
So
What happens on a fail?
on a miss, you mix up your heritages in a terrible way. The NPC mocks you or gets offended by your slip. Mark a condition and shift your balance away from heritage.
So how does this happen, Jen?
So I'm going to unity by 1. I'm going to mark trouble.
I was about to say troubled makes sense to me.
I think I'm just absolutely wrong. He's not in polar bear dog stance would clearly be a waterbender thing. So I already screwed that up anyway. So I feel like, I'm not even close.
Yeah, I think he goes,
He mocks me.
It's jackalope bear stance. And he lands a hit. It's not anywhere near the face or anything. It's just a big palm strike through the chest and you slide backwards a fair way. Again, you feel it, not in great damage or dangerous ways, but once again, you have been insulted and slightly disheveled in your overall appearance.
All right, fine. We'll fight. He says as he's like pulling out his rope and starts swinging it, and I think he's just like, yeah, fine, and then just like goes to whip the knot right into his head.
Yeah, you just do it. Like this guy is a mook. As big as he is, he's not a combatant. He's
mooked.
Yeah.
With the swish.
Get mooked. I was going to say, can I add the word slonk into the onomatopoeia again here?
Find a way.
Yeah.
He slonks into the mud.
And I sort of like coyly like pull my rope back up, and I'm like, right, as you were, to everyone. And I sort of saunter back on towards the door.
I think there's some people that are cheering this has happened, and there are other people that are just in complete and utter shock because you are tiny compared to this man, and he has gone down in just a single. What, you just swung a rope at and he's dead? What? But
hey, unless they're putting me on their shoulders and cheering my name, like I'm playing it cool, baby.
So I think that during this turmoil, we know that BANJI and NURO are trying to slip away. And we know that TOMO is trying to stay with Yanni. I think that Yanni, she turns to TOMO and she goes, I hope you have the biggest secret. And she kicks up, because you're outside and I've just established there's a bit of mud out and about. I think she kicks some mud up into Zhao's eyes and grabs your hand and makes a mad dash.
Yep, I am very light on my feet, surprisingly so.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so you start twisting and turning, and she knows these streets. You've got no idea where you're going, but she is making an absolute break for it. The second that this happens, Zhao begins to sort of claw at his eyes, and eventually he gets the mud off, and he tries to lock eyes with BANJI again, who you probably weren't ready for it, but you're far enough away that you could make a dash as well, or you could make a confrontation, whatever works for you.
Is Min Fang still...
Yeah, I'm still about.
Yeah.
I'd be near. If you were trying to slip away and I'm sort of coming back, I feel like we're like close to each other.
Yeah, okay. Banji's going to drop down like a wall of fire and grab Nero's hand and just start running, chasing these guys. Even though he's a firebender, it's probably not going to do much.
Well, interestingly enough, you drop down that fire, and almost immediately as you do, and I think you don't see it because you've started running. NURO might, Min Fang definitely does. The very first thing that Zhao does is he does a maneuver to put that fire out. It's not necessarily to immediately chase after you. He does not want that fire burning. That's the very first thing he does as you begin to run off in random directions. Where do you think you run to? NURO, do you guide BANJI at all, or is BANJI on the lead on this one?
I think
we're working together, definitely.
Oh, okay.
We're working together to find somewhere safe. We're following. I have lived in a swamp. I hunt. I follow tracks. I don't know if this floor is muddy. I'm following tracks. I'm trying to follow TOMO's.
I pictured it as them running off in a completely different direction from when you were.
Right.
I think this is probably something you could come back to, but I see in this situation you have sort of split in different directions.
We need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, so that Zhao can't chase everybody all at once.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I actually don't know this place any better than BANJI. I fall back into more of a place of letting BANJI choose which direction we go, and also keeping an eye out for it's not safe there.
Yeah, I think as well, Bunji's going to sort of turn around and be like, "We won, up," and just sort of like pull NURO onto his back and like,
and I'm eyes, and I'm just like, yeah,
yeah, and so like wrap around and like hold their arms. And
Are we talking Duke style, or are we talking Yoda style? Like, where's our
It sounds like Yoda backpack.
Yeah, I think Yoda backpack.
Yoda backpack style?
Yeah.
Do you do a backflip as you like a front flip as you?
I mean, I can roll for it. Yeah, it feels.
I'm just saying, just in case anyone needs to draw character art
Yeah.
about this.
yeah, it's Yoda backpack style.
It's Yoda backpack
yeah,
style.
I
And
still
it's-
have movement and freedom, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's one of those things
Super
where
piggyback.
we've done it before.
Yeah.
NURO expects it, and we
First time I did not like it.
Flooring and hissing.
Yeah.
And we're just sort of like flat out sprinting into some kind of crowded area to try and lose if anyone was following us. Sorry, Minfang.
No.
If anyone was following us, to try and lose the trail.
The water BANJI. I
Yeah.
can hide us in the water.
Yeah. And if
Oh.
hearing that, aye, nobody's we won, and then starts running towards like the pier, but at a kind of like bend, like where the sort of ships and stuff come in. I'm assuming we came from that direction, heading back that kind of way, but in a sort of a bit of a dog leg in
Yep.
case anyone was following us.
No, I think it's a very, very smart idea. Yeah.
I think Minfang sort of, as he's walking back, he sees Tomo run off with the drunk lady, and then he sees BANJI and NURO go one way with a firewall that just goes down really quickly for some reason. It's like, guy, hey, where's it going? Guys!
And Zhao just turns around and glares at you, still sort of trying to clear mud from his face.
I glare back at him, and then I realize that he's caused this. And I'm like, Min's like, you made them run away, and now I don't know where they're going, and this is your fault. Like in sort of like a look way, but like he doesn't realize how serious Zhao's involvement is, like the Sideburns' involvement is. He's just sort of like, thanks, man, sort of like vibe, instead of like, we're running away from you, and he sort of like wanders off into the street, unless Zhao was going to...
Oh, no, Zhao starts approaching.
Oh, great, cool.
And that jovial, hey, we're all friends here, slight like knife tension in the air feel is gone.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at him like, thanks, man. And then I like look to find them, and then I look back and he's slightly closer and he's like heads down and his eyes are laser focused. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. Like, this is serious. This is what he meant when we were in trouble. Yeah, I am. Oh, do I see any sort of like upper, like, we're sort of like on the rower shops that's next to the docks, right? Is there any sort of like arms, like loading crane things?
We
or-
are a little bit further in. We're into the town
Sure.
part of CD Merchant.
Is there any? Is there things like? I'm thinking like I whip my rope up somewhere and sort of like swing and get onto some roofs, because then I can get away from him, but then also I can
Have a visual.
have a visual and try and find the others.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Great.
So I think that as you begin to scan your getaway plan, he says, "There's a legion of Fire Nation troops just outside of town. One whiff of smoke, they will come and storm this place. think carefully about what you're going to do next, or your little friends. And he sort of leans in really close and goes, I want that map.
But why don't you want them in here?
He sort of smiles in a very menacing way. He said, I convinced my superior officer that maybe we didn't need to burn this place to the ground. Maybe it was better to have it up and running. That can change. And like that. And as he clicks his fingers, you see this tiny little spark of flame and just this little ominous cloud just comes up. Just a little waft of smoke.
Like what?
Like that.
I headbutt him.
Okay. Push your luck. Roll push your luck.
Yes.
So much is happening this episode.
Double sixes,
Yeah,
baby.
I mean, you take the wheel, Jesse.
Yeah, I think, I baited you with that. Like, I made him, like, what? Like, I don't understand what you're saying. And he does it again because he's an idiot.
The most baited.
Yeah, so I just immediately headbutt him and he just goes down like a sack of bricks. And I think because everyone is still sort of around, and going back into the bar, they see this and then they start cheering and like kicking dirt at him and like making fun of him. And then like they're all like, yeah, good job. And I'm like, thanks, guys. And they lift me up.
You're the local town hero.
Yeah, and like as they're like lifting me up, I grab up onto like the roof of the bar and pull myself up and just like start running across the roofs. And I'm just trying to get a sight on anyone at this point.
I think that with that 10, I'm going to give this one to you. I think that you see roughly where Yanni and Tomo are headed to, but definitely closer and could probably use a little bit more help. You see BANJI and NURO.
Yeah, I think I'll start running towards them. As much as I don't know much about Tomo, BANJI's concern always for NURO has like started to bleed over. Do you know when like someone else's emotional state just starts affecting you? I feel like because I have no context to why BANJI's so protective of NURO or why NURO can't be found by seemingly anyone. But still, I'm like, that's the way it has to be. So I'm confident Tomo will be fine. But these two are clearly stressed out. So I'm going to chase them down. I think I might... I think Min's sort of... I think he's going to take advantage of the situation though, because he's very curious, and I think he's going to follow them without them knowing, and I think he wants to try and eavesdrop on some conversations to see if they let anything slip.
Interesting.
Okay. I really wanted to go to Yanni and Tomo, but now I really, really...
Go to Yanni.
Okay, go to Yanni and Tomo. I like the visual that I've got currently is that you've got BANJI just Pac-Manning around the streets, just sort of not necessarily making progress, but definitely like going around the things. In the meantime, how much easier would Pac-Man be if you could just go over the top of the map?
Headbutt the ghosts.
Headbutt the ghosts. All right. So Yanni eventually just sort of like stops, doubles over, like hands on knees, just puts up a hand like... Okay.
Yep. We're here, I hope. Yes.
Yes. You notice that she has... You're closer to the water now. It's not the main dock that you arrived on. This is more sort of like little offshoot pier areas. And she has some sort of vessel that, has curious and quaint odds from all around the place. She's like, come on in. And so she opens up the door. Unlocks it, I guess. I don't know why you'd leave a boat shop unlocked. And heads on in. And she sits down. She goes, whew. I haven't done that for at least 3 weeks. Need a drink?
Always.
All right. And
Tea, please.
Oh. Yeah, I've got some of that. And you see she goes and goes over to a hearth that always has just a little bit of fire going in it, sparks it up and puts some water on.
As she does that, I yell out, why did you do that?
Do what?
The dirt, the face.
Oh, well. Would you believe I like you?
Tomo was not expecting that. But he kind of shakes it off and tries to continue back to business. Well, we are trying our best. Look, what do you want? I can't read you.
She smiles. She goes, "You promised me a secret. It's just you. It's just me.
Right.
No weird, strange, swampy kids. No firebenders that aren't firebenders. No prissy boys.
The
His hair is pretty great, though.
Oh yeah, right. I know. Oh my God. No,
God,
Peter.
I'm so like it's just so perfect. Does you just wake up and that's how it is?
You know what? I don't know. But you want a secret?
No, I'll ask him that secret. I want your secret.
My secret.
Your secret.
I kind of stiffen my stance a little bit. You don't want to know my secret.
What is
I don't want to know my secret.
Let's talk about your balance for a second, your principle. Your book is a little bit special because you only have one principle currently. Is that correct?
That is correct. I have control.
You have control. So interestingly enough, I think that in this case, she's trying to convince you to take a little bit more control over your own capacity to do things. Everything so far has been very focused on like joining in what everyone else is doing. Whereas in this case, she's attempting to sort of shift you that little bit closer to say, no, this is your destiny. Tell me about it. You can resist this if you like, or you can go with it.
I'm gonna resist it.
Okay.
Roll my balance.
So when you resist an NPC shifting your balance, you're just straight rolling. There's no addition. So roll your 2d6 and we'll see what happens.
That's a 10.
A 10? Okay. On a 10, you get to choose two of the following. Clear a condition or mark growth, which we'll get to eventually by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift your balance towards the opposite principle, which you can't really do right now, unless that is one of the things that your book allows you to do. Or learn what their principle is, if they have one.
So I definitely want to clear a condition.
Okay, yep.
I want to clear guilty.
There it is. He's been waiting.
But I'm gonna do it by offering Yanni a little something. But hang on, that's one thing. I'll come back to that.
Okay.
So you said there's a second thing.
There's a second thing.
Yeah, you know, I want to know. I don't know what makes her tick. What's her principle?
Her principle is adventure.
Adventure.
She loves adventure.
It's a cool principle.
The concept of settling down and doing nothing is the most frightening thing for her.
All right. So Tomo's gonna look at the eye. My name is Tomo, and I don't know if the avatar is real, but that kid is real, and I think you know what I mean.
She sort of like slowly nods like, yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like there's something we need to follow that kid. That's what I'm doing. Maybe you'd like to join us.
She looks at you and she says, well, I sort of set up a bit of a home here. But, I mean, people bring me things, I find things. There's a lot for me here. There's good beer. Oh, there's great noodles. There's this wonderful noodle shop.
I know.
Oh, man.
I know.
Did you try them? Did you? They're so
We
good.
We tried to try.
Oh, you tried it?
We tried to try, but look, we're on a boat. Boat move.
Boat move.
Boats move. Sorry, boats move.
Oh, I liked boat move.
Oh my God.
Boat
I'm making a boat move. No.
She sort of looks and you can tell that it won't take, like, she's currently on your side. It won't take much more of a push to get her there.
I take my hat off, and this Suri, this is my Puss in Boots cute eye move. Like this, I take the hat off, and there is Suri, and she is just like staring adoringly at Yanni.
I won't make the noise because in an audio podcast medium, I'm worried I will deafen our listeners, or it will be at a frequency too high. However, everyone just picture or just listen to that noise of adorable cuteness, that but up about 6 octaves.
I can do something for you if you want.
I mean,
What do you mean? Sorry.
Are you? Is this
Like
like a
that?
squee, or
Like
like she's seen this thing and she's like, "Ee," like that's like.
I like. I mean, everyone give me one. I'm ready. I'll hear it I'll know when I hear it. I want to hear.
Is she like? Hold on. Where's the sound coming from? Sooty or her?
Oh, her, as it's. All right, that's not bad.
Something.
Ted, what do you got? I'm so glad I expended time in this podcast to do this.
Lucas, your turn. What sound did she make?
Do you want another run at it, Georgie?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. So I think the closest was probably Jessie. Jessie gets a die. It's like, this is the cutest possible thing that I was not expecting. Here was this like man talking to me about adventure I've just run possibly for my life. And all this time there was this gorgeous, cute thing that will one day make wonderful merchandise. Like the best plushie. She sort of goes, oh my God, how long have you had that for? What's its name? And like just starts like rubbing the cheeks.
Yeah.
Like, just give it a big old smooch, look at it.
This is Suri. She likes bringing things for me and my friends.
Yanni sort of smiles and she goes, well, if your friends agree, then I think that maybe I'm ready to go on an adventure. But I'm not selling you the map. Well, I mean, I will, but I don't think you got enough money. Really, I was going to sell it for about 500 gold. So that means that we go and you help me in this expedition. And then I get the reward and I'll share it with you. How's that sound?
What do you think, Suri? And I look up at Suri, and of course Suri just nods because that's what she always does. I think we have a deal.
She goes, great. And as she says, great, the kettle starts whistling. And she goes, time for tea. Let's flash back to BANJI and NURO. Semi-lost, well, they are lost, but they've also lost any form of pursuers at the moment. So how are you two feeling?
I feel like we've been quiet for a while now. Like very, very focused on trying to find somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Going
Well,
towards
you headed down towards the water.
the water, yeah. Yes.
And I feel like if there was a place that was sort of under the pier, like a sort of beach, you know, you can get the beach under the pier where it's sort of like, it sort of slopes down before it hits the water. I feel like we would try to sort of hide under the pier, close to the water, but sort of out of the way of prying eyes, if we can. And BANJI's just going to sort of, you know, let NURO climb off and then also double over and be panting and I'm sorry, wee one. I've done my best to try and keep you safe, but all I've done is put you in danger. I'm so sorry.
BANJI. BANJI?
My accent's rubbing off on you.
I think it is. BANJI. When the Fire Nation came, I might have gotten out of that swamp by myself. But with you out here, I know where I'm going. It's okay. I would be lost without you, BANJI.
I know, wee one, and I'm going to stay by you as long as I can, but if I just keep putting you in danger, you're no better off without me.
I trust the other two, I think. I don't know. I think I trust them. They're nice. They gave me toys. But, I think we need to be with them. And I need to be with you. I'm just doing the best I can. You saw the same thing as me in that swamp, Angie. You know what's going to happen if I don't follow this. It led us to a map of the Avatar.
You know my feeling, wee one. I don't even think the Avatar exists. What I know is that
If he does, he could help us.
you have some kind of power, and I'm here to protect that. And as you've seen...
I had to run away from my own home.
I know, and I may have forced you into that, but I'm sorry. And I swear to you, if any other Fire Nation people try to come between you and me, I'm going to fight to my last breath to stop them from taking you.
I just look at BANJI for a while. I just look up at him. And then I nod. And then I say, so what do we do about that one?
I pop my head over the top of like the pier and like look down at them both. I'm like, sorry, hi, I didn't mean to. I was just, yeah, hi.
Hi, man. Are you
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, my head hurts.
Men, get down here.
Oh no, it's fine. Why? No, it's fine. I do something fancy and get down there. Nah, just climb down.
Banji walks up and gives Minfang a hug.
Oh, friendship. Openness.
You okay, bud?
Feelings.
I'm sorry I put you in danger.
What? No, I poured alcohol on that man.
But it was me that brought Zhao. It was me that brought Zhao to the table, and
I mean, yes, you did. You did do that. But it was fine.
Me was fine.
We all handled it in our own way. I headbutt the dude.
Yeah, I saw that. That
He
was
went down like a sack of potatoes so fast. Oh, it was so satisfying.
that's amazing.
Oh. And you know, the pain's starting to disappear, which is what I imagine alcohol does to a person. And sort of mid starts slurring his speech a bit. He's like, so it's so fine, man. Like, it's okay. We're all friends here. And, like, I don't care that you were like a fire boy. And I don't, like, NURO, you smell, but that's okay, man. Like, that's fine.
thanks, man.
You're from the swamp. Like... And, you know, there's weird stuff and there's spirits. And, like, life is just weird, man. Isn't it? Don't you think? Like, I don't know. Hey, where's Sooty?
I was like wondering whether I should cut this off at some point. It just kept going.
I really want to just be like, 3, 2, 1, and then you just drop.
I don't think he's there.
Nah,
but,
he's
but,
not
like,
there.
he's,
He's not
he's
there.
definitely like,
It's the quenchiest over
it's
here.
like, I'm quenched.
Quenched. I think that at some point Tomo is going to poke his head just out just to see or just to get a bit of a gauge of where things are.
We're hiding under the pier next to their ship.
And I think you hear Minfang in his trucking around, like, where's Suri? I think actually possibly even Suri's like, name, and like starts to run.
I'm gonna send Suri out to you know.
Oh, Sooty's here. Look. Hello, little Sooty.
Hi, Sudi. I don't think I've actually said hello to Sudi. Can I hold my...
I'm just
I
not
hold
sure
my
I'm
hands
okay
up.
with those
He's gonna-
noises.
Yeah.
It's Suri's gonna like gingerly listen up, you know, make her way to your hand.
And you know what they say, Banji? You find a spy in a mouse, you find...
Does he fall over now?
No, I think he looks up at the boat and sees the door open. And he's like, Tomo! And points.
Tomo does a little wave, like hello, like just a nod.
I think it's
I
a
hold
small.
Sudi up.
I think it's a small distance away. I don't think like you just happen to have ended up directly under.
Sure,
but,
sure.
But like it's within visible distance.
Yeah. So, see, like, we all end up where we're meant to be, Banji. Like, you just gotta go with the flow, man.
Maybe we are favored by the spirits.
Hey, cabbage is great. And I sort of pat the cabbage. It's plushy. I'm gonna sit down.
Would you like to hold him? I feel like
Oh,
you
yes.
need
He
Cabbage
grabs
right now.
cabbage. And he,
Cabbage really helps
he
me.
just-
You're right.
He sinks into the sand and like is immediately sleepy. I think he's one of those drunks. He's
Also, you might
sleepy
be a little bit concussed.
Yeah, probably. He's just
Probably more the concussion, really.
Gonna go down. And, yeah, and Min's out. Like he's like immediately asleep.
Okay. Well, I've sort of laid the stakes as it currently is. You're being pursued, or at least there is a firebending troop around somewhere. Tomo, I think you see Minfeng just like lie down. Is there like these two sort of are just standing around looking at Minfeng? Is there anything you want to do here?
I'm gonna turn to Yanni. Excuse me, and make my way to my friend Minfan and just pick you up like a rag doll. Like yes, come on. And I turn to Banji and Nuru and I just go, good job. Let's go.
I like the fact the word friend has been thrown around a lot this particular chapter. I'm very excited by that.
Hey, Tomo, Banji hugged me.
Oh, that's great, buddy. That's great.
Hello, goodbye.
As you begin to walk back to Yanni's boat, I feel that we've got Banji and Nuro leading the way, and we've got Tomo carrying a not quite unconscious, but definitely not entirely sober Minfeng going through. And you hear a bit of a scuffle at the end of the pier that you're currently walking down. You turn around and you see Zhao, who has been kicked, covered in mud, and is looking a little bit worse for wear. And he looks over and goes, "You!" And you see him take something out of his satchel. And he throws it. And as he throws it, you see there is a small spark of flame. Tomo, you haven't seen one of these before, but you feel you know what's about to happen. And you throw Minfeng at Banji. Then all anyone sees is a massive explosion. Fire, smoke, flame just go everywhere. And Tomo steps out of that explosion. Not a scratch on him.